Linda, thanks for coming to the clinic. We're going to start off with you underwater here, and you've got a nice rotation. You're gliding there, as you can see, so that all looks good. The one thing that you're doing is you're driving your shoulders down too deep in the water, and then you can see the angle of the arm right there. So you see how on the right arm, see how deep your shoulder is, and then on the left arm, you see the shoulder's low, and then you got a downward angle. Basically, what that's doing is slowing you down, creating too much resistance. So what we want to think about is flattening out your shoulders, but continuing to rotate the hips. All right, because what happens when you're trying to extend out in front of you, which I like, but you're rolling the shoulder under instead of extending the shoulder out in front of you. That's one of the things you want to work on. Maybe try some one arm freestyle. That's a good way to do that. Just pull and extend forward. Try to extend the shoulders, across up towards the other end of the pool instead of down at the bottom, and that should help quite a bit. The other thing is you're dropping your elbow a little bit. So when you're doing your pull, your elbow is leading the hand through the water. It should be right above the hand, and that is a consequence of a low shoulder and a low starting position for your shoulder. You'll be able to see that as we come back here a little bit. You're getting right there. You're bending the elbow. It's fine, but what happens is the elbow is leading. You'll see it as you pass by here. But look at the shoulder position down there and down there. We want those much flatter, and we want that shoulder, hand, and elbow, that line, just an inch or two below the water, and they're about a foot, 6, 8, 10, 12 inches below the water. All right, and you can see you're dropping your elbow a little bit right there when you're pulling as it goes by. So with the low shoulder and starting to pull, it's hard to get the elbow up and over the hand because the shoulder has to be up above the elbow. So one thing you'll do is when you get the flatter shoulders, the higher shoulders, it allows you to kind of curve the fingertips down and get the elbow up and over the hand for the catch, and then you'll pull back from there. That's something to do. So you can watch with the right hand. You can see how your flat forearm is almost parallel to the bottom when you're pulling back. You could actually try some straight arm pulling too underwater to try to get the feel for that. Start straight and then let the elbow slightly bend out as you go along. That's actually better than dropping your elbow. Don't want to do straight arm all the time, but it's a good way to get the feel for having a much straighter arm and a much less dropping the elbow when you start your pull. Above water, I look for high elbows and hand entry position, head position, etc. So you have nice high elbows, almost rotating them behind you just a little bit much. You see that elbow is behind your head. It's a little bit too much, particularly with the left arm. But the hand entry is good. The rotation above water is good. We just need to flatten the shoulders out, but let the rotation come from the hips. You're going to rotate the shoulders a little bit. You rotate them until you're flat in the water, right there, and then you extend them forward. But you got to keep rotating from the hips, and that way you get the power from the hips. All right, but you look comfortable in the water, and you just need to get again flatten the shoulders and get a good strong catch. Stop dropping that elbow and pull back, and I think you'll see some good improvement that way. Wish you the best of luck.